everyone, welcome to my channel. We are getting all the love today from the dogs. I don't know if you guys have met Maya yet, who likes to eat hair apparently. This is Maya. You guys know Jack Jack. This is Maya. She's a toy poodle. She's our second mascot. We already got Jack Jack. Now we got Mai, and she's gonna be here, so excuse her. She's, how many months are you, Mai? She is 6 months. Oh my gosh, you're 6 months. You should be doing better in life. Just so you know. Okay, so I guess this is how we're shooting the video today. For today's video, we are going to be talking about things that I wish I knew before showing interest in joining a sorority. So if you like dogs and you are interested, keep watching this video. So one of the things that I wish that I knew before showing interest in a sorority is I wish that I knew the members a little better. I joined in undergrad. My initiation was in spring of 2012 in college. So when I was in undergrad, I lived in a dorm. If you guys never saw my Sigma love story, check that video out. It goes through the whole story of how I became a Sigma woman and what that experience was like for me altogether. But I lived in a dorm, and I knew one girl that was a Sigma Gamma Rho, but at the time I didn't really know what Sigma Gamma Rho was. Actually, let me rephrase. I knew one girl at my school that was a Sigma Gamma Rho. There was a girl that I went to high school with that was also a Sigma Gamma Rho in Winthrop, at Winthrop. So I knew of the sorority, but I didn't know that much about it. But after doing some research with my friend that was in our dorm, it made me get into the sorority and be interested in joining. So, really, you guys? Okay, hold on. She and I were good friends. So, but she was the only one that I actually knew that was in the sorority, and I learned much later. When it was time to like show interest, I learned about the other women in the chapter. But I wish I had known more people just so I could build relationships with them, like genuine relationships, not for the sake of joining the organization, but for the sake of just getting to know them. Because after I joined, there were some really cool women in my chapter that were graduating, and I was like, oh man, I wish that we had more time together. Basically, we became closer, you know, with like events like homecoming, and they would come back and stuff. But at the time, when you graduate or when you join in a spring semester, all of your seniors typically graduate in the spring as well. So if there's someone really cool that you wanted to get to know a little better, they're leaving. So I wish I had spent that time getting to know the seniors a little better before they left, so that we could have had a stronger bond before they left. So that was one thing. Another thing that I wish that I knew before joining an organization is the social aspect. I wish that I knew how social it was. I was not not necessarily a party girl. Like we had socials, we had events, we had parties, we had galas of our own, but I wasn't as immersed in that, and tailgates and stuff. I wasn't really immersed in that portion of it. It just wasn't an interest of mine. So sometimes when we would have like tailgating events, or other fraternities and sororities would have just parties in general, I didn't really attend. Mostly because they were off campus, and I did not venture off campus that much. But you build stronger bonds with people in Greek life after you become a member as well. So I wish that I knew some of the people that were kind of in the organizations before I joined, to like build relationships with them. Like I tell you guys, sometimes building a relationship with the frat is also good. Not necessarily for the purpose of joining an organization. Sometimes they're just really cool. Okay, girl. You just want some attention. Okay. So having a relationship with the people that are in other organizations would have been good too. and just being more social and more active in that way, I think would have been a good way for me to work on just me building relationships, because I'm kind of extroverted, introvert, or introverted, extrovert, one of the two. The one where I'm extroverted, but I can also be okay being by myself. It doesn't bother me. The last thing that I wish that I knew before showing interest in an organization is the impact that it was going to make. I had no idea that joining an organization was going to be this impactful on me. I had no idea that I was going to inspire other people to want to join my sorority after I joined. Not even from the YouTube sense, but just from like other people that joined my chapter after me, or other people who joined other chapters after meeting me, and they're in different areas. I had no idea that it was going to be that impactful, because it turns out it is a full-time job being a Sigma woman and representing your sorority in the most positive light. I feel like I'm always thinking of, just for myself, but also for the organization, am I being a positive influence? And I think it's important to always be thinking of that, because you don't know who's watching. So I find myself being very cognizant of what I say and what I do a lot, even after I joined my organization. When I was in undergrad, I felt like I was constantly being watched in terms of like your profiles are looking at you, your advisor is looking at you. Are you saying and doing the right things? Are you using the right verbiage when it comes time to do intake? So it's just something that I always feel like I'm being conscious of. But it's also a good thing, because I didn't know that it was going to be such a positive thing being in a sorority, and just me being myself. I feel like I have not changed. I've grown, but I've changed. I feel like I have not changed as far as who I am. I'm still Kels, but I'm also Kels who is an SG row. And a lot of people don't know that I'm in a sorority until after I say something, or I wear something, or I do something related to the organization. So I enjoy that. I enjoy still being able to be myself and not having to fit into a particular mode. Those are all the things that I wish I knew before joining an organization. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope that you found Maya entertaining, because I did not expect her to be so active. But that's what happens when you have a puppy. But if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.